Happy Monday, happy fun day, and it's Passion Unscripted Live with me, Irina Portnova, with my co-host Dina Alexander, coming to talk to you live a little bit about what is something that we can change, how can we improve our intimacy and relationships, and everything is starting from the relationship with ourselves. So if this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome to this fun and playful space. My name is Irina Portnova. I'm all about manifestation. How do we use the universal laws to help us to attract exactly what we desire in our partnership, in our relationships, and to experience the life to the fullest? Because that's what we are here for. And I am here today with Dina Alexander. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Dina,
I love
Dina, say a couple of words about yourself.
I love that part. So that needs to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
So my name is Dina Alexander. I live in Aruba. We are a very mixed culture. So that's why I thought I couple of years ago the best thing is that these mixed cultures help me be a better coach for other people. That's what I've learned during my growth here on the island. So I am a personal coach, a relationship coach, and a sex coach. I do believe that sex and spirituality should be married, and that's the best balance you could have for everything, everything you want to create in your life.
I love that. I love that. And today we have the fun conversation, and we called it Spilling the Tea on Love and Intimacy because we do receive a lot of questions from the audience. And since we wanted to go for the Q&A, I know a lot of people are working, but we actually had pre-submitted questions and we are going to address because today is going to be short 15 minutes. So we'll see whatever we can fit in that time. And we are going to start jumping in right in. And the first question was related, and I know Dina has the answer. Why do people pull away right when things start getting good? All right, Dina, would you like to start talking about it?
Yes, this question is like it's like people are putting boundaries for. Sorry, um, um, they are like putting bombs for themselves, self
Mhm.
sabotage, and let's start spicy. This happens when this happens a lot. Let's start like this. It happens more than people realizes. Okay, things feel good, connections are deeper, get deepens, the energy flows, and suddenly someone pulls back. Now, many people assume they lost interest. Sometimes, yes, can, but often the connection simply started to matter. And when something starts to matter, the nervous system reacts. People pull away because vulnerability feels exposing. Closeness feels exposing. But uncertainty activates fear. Emotional intimacy requires presence, and that is too deep for some people. That is too deep, and many people know how to flirt, but do not know how to stay emotionally available. So instead, staying in the moment, they manage it, and that changes the energy. When you start managing moment, you need to be
Mhm.
present in the moment. Yeah. So that's the best way
Mhm.
I can respond to this question.
And
Um,
Dina, I have like the input to that. From my experience, I saw that mostly pulling out men. I don't know what you noticed in that scenario, but majority of time men are the ones to pull away, and a lot of times women are left out questioning like what really happens and why is this happening.
yes, in my experience, it can happen both ways. Okay, because of women, they their traumas in the past, they cannot
Mhm.
get rid of it, and that makes it very, very hard for them to be present in the actual good relationship. And
Mhm.
it depends. It depends. And you're right. Men can pull away, and I do have experience that women also can not pull away, but not give themselves entirely, even though things are super great. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Love that. Love that. So awesome. We have another question, and it's related to why do people stay in a relationship when they are clearly unhappy? And I'm sure we all have experienced it one way or another. So I just want to unpack a little bit, right? Because a lot of times living is not always just about walking away from a person. Sometimes it actually means that we have to walk away from shared history, emotional attachment, our routines, the comfort, our future plans, or the hope that things will finally change. And that hope sometimes can keep people holding on far longer than they should stay together, right? And it's not about just happiness, right? Because many people stay because the relationship still gives them the moments of connection, just enough to make them question whether living is the right decision. And besides, people are so petrified of unknown, because when we are talking about whether this is love and relationship or anything related to self growth, we know that we have to leave something behind and open the door to something new, something that we haven't explored before. And sometimes it becomes very scary because unknown, it is scary. How are we going to feel about it, or what is there for us, right? Are we actually going to meet that significant other if we walk away from the person that we have? So that's exactly that sense of familiar and comfort zone a lot of times just keep people together. And also, a lot of times people can ponder, okay, I've given so much emotionally, I've given already like my time, my presence, gifts. The guys like usually look at, oh, okay, what did I invest in this woman, right? So now we just want to become clear that even though the connection might still exist, the deeper question often becomes, am I staying because this relationship is nourishing me, or because I'm afraid of what happens if I leave, right? So
Yes.
the more we sit with that question, the more we become clear, and our answer changes everything. Because again, there is no such a thing as right or wrong. It just whatever it actually resonates with us, right?
Yes.
Oh, Elle is here.
Hi,
Let's see. Hey, Elle, it's great to see you. So, Dina, you want to answer the Elle's question, and I see if I have more input on that.
let me, of course, let me see what did Elle say. So Elle, hi, I'm so happy that you can join us again. Before
Yeah.
I read your question. So Elle's question is, men tend not to enter in commitment when it comes to devoting to relationship, perhaps afraid of failure. Agree? You know, it I don't think it's a matter of failure, to fail or not. What I experience is, growing up for a man, it's hard. It has to do with education and how you were raised, how you want to live your life, and that is something that comes with the men, if he wants to be emotionally mature or not. So in my experience, men usually wants to stay not emotionally, so playing around, being a player and having fun, but life has is not like that. So to answer your question, I have a tendency, because they chose to live a life not so serious, and it feels like they don't want to commit, because commitment is not something that they are longing for, that they that is that, that they, it is their goal in their life. Their goal in their life is to go out and have a beer with a friend, and meet a nice beautiful lady, and have sex. So from the not an emotional man is ready for to have a devoted relationship without failure. But someone that was is not never did any work, shadow work, did not work on his emotional intelligence, will never be ready for a devoted relationship. And I want to say also, does not know what a devoted relationship is all about. So, Irina,
Mhm.
do you?
Yeah, I love everything what you said. I just wanted to add that to each its own. So I believe we do not generalize all men as one type of quantity, right? So the idea is there are plenty of men who are ready to commit. And it's all about, like really connecting with that woman of the value, something that they want to match, right? And when we talk about failure, again, we all failed in love. But for me, like I failed in love multiple times, but I never kept my heart closed because, again, because I'm not living from fear, right? If we already setting ourselves from the get go that I'm going to fail that relationship, by working with manifestation, I know exactly that we are going to attract the outcome of that, which is not something we are looking for. So again, love and fear are the most strongest emotional triggers. We either think from fear, okay, this is another relationship that it's going to fail, or we are looking for the same traits that we experience in other relationship and making projections that it's also going to end up this way, or we are saying, you know what, I refuse to leave from this kind of thinking. I want to connect what the true love really looks like. I want to connect what give me life, what is something that makes me fulfilled. And the more we think from that point, the more we realize that, hey, I'm actually creating that love and relationship. And again, if another person is not ready to commit, then it's not our person. And we make it, once we become clear, it's easy for us to not waste our time, not wasting our precious years and our energy, but like really spotted it. And that's what I encourage everybody. When you meet somebody for the first time, my first questions would be, like, what are you looking for? Because if two people have different agenda why they want, if somebody just want to play, so maybe you are not there for that purpose, right? But once you understand what that person is all about, what they're looking for, then you could see, okay, this date is worthy of coming back if you felt that attraction, right? Or you can say, okay, this doesn't resonate with me because I'm not here just to fool around. I really want somebody who is ready to have something deep, who is ready to have something that like really that connection can prosper, right? And that's exactly how you go about it.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. So, do we have a second question?
Yes, we have one more question because we have to jump off. And I just wanted to say, let's actually continue that conversation next week. Let's devote like another 30 minutes, full 30 minutes, where we can talk about it. But meantime, yes, we have another question. And the question was, all right, let me pull it out. How do I know if this is just the chemistry or just emotional chaos, right?
Yeah.
To me, it looks the same chemistry and and emotional chaos. Because if we only follow from the chemistry, that's what can create emotional chaos. Okay, I'll let you speak, Dina, on that.
And you're right. You're right. Before I start to put the puzzle back into it, in it, I want to say, yeah, chemistry. If you only chemistry is like a green light. It's only
Mm-hmm.
the green light, but you need to push the gas. You need to Check around, because even though there is green light, there could be someone crossing the road or another car. You need to pay attention. So I think I want to say chemistry is only the green light. So all the other things that you need to do to get the car to your goal, you need to put attention and do that. Okay? But
Mm-hmm.
emotional chaos, it's something else. It's not chemistry, it's just that. So this question right here is important because many people confuse intensity with connection. Chemistry
Mm-hmm.
can feel exciting: butterflies, obsession, emotional highs, unpredictability. But emotional chaos also creates adrenaline. And the body can
Mm-hmm.
confuse adrenaline for attraction. Real connection feels different. It has curiosity, it has steadiness, it has openness, it has emotional safety. Not perfection, but regulation. If you constantly feel anxious, confused, hyper alert, emotional, exhausted, that's not always chemistry. That is emotional chaos. And sometimes that is your nervous system in survival mode. And that's the only energy that your nervous system knows. So, and if
Mm-hmm.
you're listening to us at this moment, if you think that being jealous, being toxic jealous, that's normal in a relationship, for example, you need to talk to us because it's not normal. Your nervous system do not know something different. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best way
Mm-hmm.
I can
Yeah.
describe it because we are over time.
Yes. So yeah, and I just wanted to add, and that's another reason why we attract the same partners. If we are not really paying attention, what is something that we want to experience, but rather allowing our nervous system to catch the familiar, that's exactly what happens. That we are attracting the same partners who might, don't treat us the way we desire or don't appreciate us or anything else, right? Even abusive, God forbid. I never had this kind of, besides the words, right? We are talking about, like totally, the negative impact of that. And again, if our nervous system was trained one way and we did not do the work to make sure that we recognize these red flags right away, and we are putting the strong boundaries where we are saying, I'm not going forward with this relationship. This is something that we are putting ourselves into the trap over and over and over again. So I'm going to conclude on that. Thanks so much, Al, for joining. We are going to continue this part two. Al, if you have any questions, hold them for next episode. It would be great to cover them live. Maybe something that we are discussing already sparks some curiosity and more questions from you. We will be happy to answer them. Until next time, next Monday, again, we are going to go to Spilling the Tea on Love and Intimacy Part 2. And we'll be happy to see you and serve you and support you in that beautiful navigation of love and intimacy. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.